The hallway was silent, save for the soft tapping of boots against the polished floor. Jason's pulse quickened as they approached the teleportation room. His heart raced not from fear, but from the anticipation of success. They were so close. He glanced back at his team, his expression hardening as he gave them a brief, serious look.
All right, everyone, this is it. We hit the teleportation room, and we're on our way to Mercury.
Haley's jaw tightened, her eyes narrowing with focus.
I'm ready.
He glanced over his shoulder at his team. Haley's eyes were wide, reflecting the same nervous energy. She stayed close, her hand never far from the handle of her weapon. Ash was already on her toes, her eyes scanning the area for any signs of danger. Her confidence was palpable, but Jason could see the focus behind her eyes. This was a high-stakes moment, and even Ash wasn't immune to the tension. Ash had a nervous smile tugging at her lips as they approached the door. She looked at the team, her eyes flicking to the panel.
Nothing like the feeling of getting close to something big,
She said, her voice tight, the words slipping out more uncertainly than she'd meant. Ash stepped forward and tapped her ID card against the access panel. A sharp, electronic beep echoed through the hallway. She stepped aside, giving Theo the go-ahead. Theo's fingers were already working over his device, navigating through a complex set of code. He muttered to himself as he accessed the building systems.
I'm in. Just a sec. Almost got it.
Jason's muscles tensed. This was the moment. If Theo cracked the code, they'd be one step closer. Haley shifted beside him, her eyes darting nervously between Theo and the door. Theo's brow furrowed as the system fought back against his efforts.
Come on. Come on.
His eyes flickered between the screen and the door.
Got it.
Ash wasted no time inputting the passcode that Theo had uncovered. With a final press of a button, a series of beeps followed, and the door's status switched to open. They had done it. Jason stepped into the room first, but as his boots hit the floor, the first sign that something was wrong hit him like a cold slap. There were no teleporters, no glowing panels, just a desk in the center of the room, with a table lamp casting a soft glow. The room felt oddly disconnected, like an unfinished puzzle, amplifying the chaos and growing frustration that simmered in the air. He froze, the excitement draining from his face.
This isn't right.
Haley, following closely behind, blinked in confusion.
What?
Theo moved in beside them, his device still in his hands, but even before he looked up, he knew.
No teleporters?
He muttered under his breath. He tapped furiously at his screen, watching the coordinates shift.
This room isn't even remotely connected to the main system. It's a decoy.
Jason's chest tightened.
A decoy?
Before he could process the full extent of the trap, the blaring sound of alarms echoed through the hallways, sending a jolt of panic through the group. The lights shifted to a deep red, and a shrill siren pierced the air. Haley winced, pressing her hands to her ears.
No. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Ash whirled around, scanning the room.
Trap. We're in a trap.
He shot a look at Jason, her eyes wide with surprise, but she didn't let it show for long.
We don't have much time.
She said, her voice tight with urgency.
Now what?
Jason clenched his jaw.
Theo, what the hell just happened?
Theo didn't waste any time responding. His fingers flew over his device, eyes glued to the screen. He cursed it under his breath.
It's worse than I thought. This whole room is a false reading. It's just a fake setup. Everything about it is designed to pull us in. There's no teleporter here.
Jason's mind raced.
So what now? They just let us walk in here.
Theo gave him a sharp look.
Doesn't matter if they let us in. The real teleporter has to be somewhere else, and we're running out of time.
Jason's heartbeat pounded in his ears, the siren still echoing down the hallway. The building was on lockdown. They had to act quickly.
What are you saying, Theo?
Jason asked, stepping closer, the pressure mounting. Theo glanced back down at his device.
I'm tracing the power grid. There's only one other location that matches the power signatures needed for a teleporter, and it's not here.
His voice dropped slightly, the urgency clear.
It's in the basement.
Jason's stomach twisted.
The basement. There's no way we have time to get down there before they shut everything down.
Ash was already moving toward the door, her eyes sharp.
We don't have a choice. We have to go.
Jason paused, torn between the rising panic in his chest and the need to keep his team together. They were so close, but now they had to fight for it.
All right, we move. We stick to the plan, but faster. Theo, you lead the way.
Theo didn't wait for another word.
You got it.
As they sprinted toward the exit, the blaring alarm seemed louder, the pressure of the mission almost suffocating. Jason's mind was spinning. They were so close to their goal, yet every step felt like it might be their last. Haley's voice broke through the chaos.
What are we up against down there, Theo? What kind of defenses are we looking at?
Theo glanced up from his device, his brow furrowed in concentration.
Heavy security, automated defenses, and probably guards too. It's a core system down there way more than just a teleporter.
Jason's eyes burned with determination.
This is our moment to leave a lasting legacy.
Ash glanced at him, a confident smirk on her face.
I'm all in. Let's make it count.
The walls felt like they were closing in on them, the alarm shaking his very bones, but there was no time to lose. They moved through the building, every corner and hallway now a potential threat, their movements sharp, calculated. Theo led them down a side corridor, the one least likely to be monitored by security cameras. As they passed through maintenance doors and tight spaces, Jason's mind flickered back to the moment they had stepped into that empty room. The trap had been set perfectly. Whoever was behind this knew their every move. Jason could feel his stomach twist, but he pushed it aside. There was no room for doubt now. They reached another door, this one secured with more complex locks. Theo was already at work, punching in the codes and bypassing the security systems with ease.
We're not going to make it.
Ash muttered, casting a glance down the hallway. Theo paused, looking over his shoulder with a wry grin.
We don't have the luxury of failure.
Haley nodded.
Stay focused. Keep moving.
With a final click, the door popped open. Beyond it was the dark staircase leading into the depths of the building into the basement. The air felt cooler down here, the hum of distant machinery and the scent of dust mixing with the adrenaline that surged through their veins. They were about to face whatever came next, but Jason had never been more sure of one thing: failure wasn't an option.